Hey, great, thank you. Again, my name is Lee Lockett, and we're coming to you from our beautiful offices here in Jacksonville Beach for our fourth installment of the much anticipated celebrity version of the sobriety exercises. And again, don't forget, if you haven't seen the other clips, go to our YouTube channel, go to our Facebook page, check out those other exercises, because what we're doing here is very important to know your rights with respect to the exercises. So this is our fourth clip, and today we have my good friend Jason Babin, three-time NBA All-Star.
Lee. Football.
NFL, sorry, details. So I guess that's a two-time Pro Bowl, NFL, and former Jaguar, Jason Babin. Now, Jason, tell us what you're doing. You're not playing football now.
So currently I'm retired from the NFL. I'm going to spend a little time with the family, but myself and Kyle Bosworth, we've opened up a real estate brokerage here in Florida as our first office. It's called Red Zone Realty.
Good.
And we do everything from residential to commercial.
And your offices are here in Jacksonville?
Yep.
Okay. And if you want to call them, great group, call this number on your screen right here, or go to their website and check them out there. Now, Jason, as a former athlete, I'm guessing you might have an advantage over some people in doing these exercises. I guess you're somewhat athletic, would you say?
I would say slightly above average.
You were a defensive guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay, good. And how many years?
12 years.
12 years. Okay,
12 years.
Great. So you're probably, although you've probably never been asked to do the walk and turn exercise, you're probably somewhat familiar with it.
Right. I've seen your clips, obviously.
You've seen my clips. Okay, good. All right. So what we're going to do is the walk and turn exercise. Now, remember, this is one of the standardized exercises. Do you know what that means?
Standard?
Standard?
Like standard size and extra large size, right?
It's standard. It is a standard exercise. Thank you. So it's a standardized exercise like the HGN and the one-leg stand. Now, the other exercises, for example, the most recent one that we did with Jennifer, the finger to nose is not. So this means that law enforcement places a lot more stock in this video, in this exercise, than some of the other exercises. Okay, this, according to some studies, law enforcement studies, it has a greater reliability than some of the other exercises. Okay, so Jason's been good enough to help us out here today. So what we're going to do, we need to use a line.
Okay.
Right? Because you're going to walk down the line, all right? So what we're going to use...
So this is something that really happened if they asked you, they pull you over?
This can happen, and that's Darren, that's a great question. I appreciate you bringing that up. Jason. Sorry, Jason.
Darren's on middle.
Yeah, sorry, Jason. That's a good question because they might ask you to do this. Now, Jason, do you happen to know whether or not you have a right to say no?
I don't know.
You don't know? And a lot of people don't know that. And that's what is a little concerning to some attorneys. You actually don't have to say yes to the exercises. And again, go back to our YouTube channel where we discuss your obligations on doing the exercises. But for the sake of today, let's say you say yes and you're going to do it, okay?
Let's do it.
All right, so Mr. Babin, well, I have to ask you, remember, you're going to be asked some preliminary questions before you take the exercise, okay? Jason, have you had anything to drink today?
Do I answer honestly?
Well, yeah, you have to be honest.
All right, I have not.
You have not? Okay.
I have not.
All right, okay, so you're feeling all right.
Feeling good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do in the walk and turn exercise, Jason, by the way, is really good. He does help us out from time to time around the office. He is very entrepreneurial. He's very interested in the law, and he helps us out from time to time. So when we're done with the clip, please stick around. We've got some good scenes of just a day in the life when Jason comes here to help us out. So now we're going to begin. You ready to begin?
Yeah. Let's do
Okay,
it.
so I'm going to give you some instructions, Jason. So what I want you to do first is I want you to put your left foot on the line.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to put your right foot in front of your left foot in a heel-to-toe fashion.
Okay.
And I want you to keep your arms at your side. Okay, and I don't want you to begin until I instruct you to. Okay, all right.
So they'll keep you standing like this for a while?
They're going to have you stand just like that while I demonstrate to you the exercise. Now, unlike a lot of police officers, I don't have it all memorized, although I have the high points, but because we're on video, I don't want to miss anything. Okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to demonstrate this exercise for you real quick, Jason, so you'll have somewhat of an idea on how
And
to
the whole
do
time
it.
I'm standing here?
You're going to have to stay, and that's
I'm getting
and you're
fatigued.
frustrated, right? It's a
Yeah.
little frustrating, right? Let me ask you this, Jason, how often do you
feel
stand
like
like that?
I feel like I'm getting judged right now.
Right, you're going to be judged. Okay, we don't judge here. I'm not
Is there,
going to
is there a
judge.
better technique?
That's it. Keep the legs straight. I want you to keep your legs straight
Keep legs
as much as
straight.
possible. And while you're doing that, you're gonna have to pay attention to me though, okay? Because I'm gonna give you a set of instructions, okay? Now, when I tell you to begin, what I want you to do is, I want you to take 9 heel-to-toe steps down this line.
Okay.
Okay. While you're doing it, I want you to keep your arms at your side. I want you to look at your feet,
Okay.
and I want you to count out loud. Okay. You're gonna walk in this manner. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth up to the 9th step. When you
Okay.
get to the 9th step, what I want you to do is take your back foot, and I want you to take a series of small steps to turn around, and I want you to go back another 9 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to count so on and so forth, 9 steps all the way down, and I'd like you to keep your arms at your side the entire time.
Okay.
Don't stop walking. I want you to stay on the line and watch your feet the entire time. Okay? All right. Now, Jason, do you have any questions
I do not.
about anything? Okay. All right. So, now when you're ready to begin, I want you to go ahead and begin, and don't stop until you're done with the exercise.
You want me to count out loud?
I want you to count out loud. Yes, sir. Do you have any other questions?
Nope.
Because the officers aren't going to want you to stop during the exercise and ask questions. A lot of people do that, all right? So, when you're ready to begin, Jason, go right ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Close to the wall there, a little challenging. We won't count off for that. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Super. Okay, great. All right, now stop there. Now, Jason, let me ask you, how do you think you did? You can go ahead and turn around. With small steps, thank you. How do you think you did?
I would say a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay, great. Well, here's what they're going to grade you on. There's 8 clues. There's 8 clues on the walk and turn exercise. Okay, they're going to, in the instruction phase, look to whether or not you were standing appropriately. Now, you bent your knees a little bit, you swayed a little bit, and they're going to count that.
Yeah.
Okay? But you're asking me questions, but it's very uncomfortable for many people to do that. Okay, so that's one clue. Okay, so that's actually 2 clues. The instruction phase is whether or not you keep your feet where I told you to, and whether or not you step out of bounds. So I think you did one of those 2 things real good. Okay, you swayed a little bit. All right. So during the steps, you did really good. Although the first couple of steps you struggled a little bit, which is normal because after all, I mean, people aren't allowed to practice these exercises. I'm guessing, Jason, when you first played football, you probably didn't sack the quarterback the first time you played.
Nope.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
baby steps.
Practice, and they don't let you practice, and that's another problem with the exercises. You're not going to be allowed to practice them, so keep that in mind when you're asked to do them. The other clues are whether or not you stop walking. You did not stop walking, okay? They want you to count out loud, they want you to take heel-to-toe steps, and they want you to do a turn. Okay, now your turn was a little challenging because of the wall there.
I have big feet.
You have big feet,
So.
very big feet. Those are very nice shoes, by the way.
Thank you.
You have big feet, okay? And we won't count that off, but the turn is tricky, and then you came back pretty good. Maybe saw 2 or 3 clues, okay? 2 out of 8 clues is something that the police officers are going to consider failure for the most part, right? Although other people would say getting 6 out of 8 is pretty good, law enforcement has a very different mathematical scale when they try to figure out whether or not somebody passed that exercise or not, okay? So keep in mind that you don't have to do the exercises. Jason did them pretty good, although he's not on the side of the road with the police officer conducting a DUI investigation, okay?
So I just to be clear, I failed.
You did not fail. I think you did okay. Now the problem is, and that's a great question, because a problem with these exercises is that they're subjective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Police officer's going to look at you and they're going to determine based on what they call a totality of the totality of the circumstances whether or not you actually pass the exercise. Okay. I thought you did okay, so I'm not going to arrest you. Okay, because I need you to get back to work. Okay.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to say goodbye now. Again, hang out for a few more minutes, watch some of the clips. Jason likes to come by and help out. Again, he's very interested in the law. And Jason,
Yeah, I was a Soch major.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Social,
Yeah.
You graduated from college?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, Don, again, I appreciate your help, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.